I just saw Totally Killer about a girl whose mom gets murdered by a serial killer and goes back in time all the way back to the 80s to try and save her. I knew this was going to be good as soon as I got a glimpse of the trailer. The storyline itself has a lot of twists and turns. There's never a dull moment, and the humor is great. It's a nice balance of comedy while also keeping you on the edge of your seat with thrills. I really like the mystery. The kill scenes are brutal and definitely had a Friday the 13th mixed with Scream and Happy Death Day. Although I personally thought this was better than Happy Death Day simply because all of the characters are more likable, the only thing I didn't like was the ending. I thought the killer was a little too predictable, although realistically, who else would it have been? After so much build-up surrounding this killer, it did feel a bit rushed, and I also was let down by the motive. It didn't click with me because the killer is someone you barely see, so it has very little impact. Although, after giving it some thought, it makes sense because if they kept disappearing during each kill while still being a main character, it would have been obvious who it was. There's also a twist with the killer that's also creative. It's very similar to Scream, but done in a different way. And this is where I'm going to get into spoilers, but it was cool how they did have two killers, but the second killer was a copycat. Now, the first killer is the one that, in my opinion, had the least impact. The second killer was the one that was actually predictable because he was the one that got picked on. I was hoping that the girl's dad would end up being the killer because, in order to save her mom, the lead killer would have to kill her own dad, and that would have been effed up. Would she have to choose between saving her mom and the other girls by not having ever been born because she had to kill her dad in the past? And imagine the killer taunting her mom all these years just to realize that she was married to the killer this whole time and had a kid with him. Like, how screwed up would that have been? Overall, I give this a 7.7 out of 10, and I do recommend.